On 4th and 5, with everything on the line, Steve Spagnuolo dialed up the perfect blitz at the perfect time to end the Buffalo Bills offense's hopes of marching down the field and taking the game back into their hands. What a call by Spagnuolo. Let's break it down right now. Hello everybody, this is The Pocket Passer. I'm your host, Randy White. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. I know I am, because we're talking about football, and more specifically, we are talking about this play right here on the whiteboard. This is the play that sealed the game, essentially, for the Bills offense. They were stopped on 4th down, running a great concept mesh dagger, but with just a 5-man protection. No one else stepped in to protect. It was just the offensive lineman, 5 receivers out for a pass against the Chiefs defense that loves to blitz. I don't love it. Let's go into the film and break it down right now. 4th and 5 with the game on the line. You go empty set, quads, bunch to the left. You get Shakir in an orbit motion here. Return, and he's going to run a little swing route. So it's a 5-man protection against a defense that you know likes to send pressure in these pivotal situations. So I don't love this play call. You're going to get mesh dagger, which is a good concept. I like mesh dagger. I just really don't like that they only protect 5, just their 5 offensive linemen. I'm going to go into the end zone cam and show you why it is that so many guys come loose, despite the fact that it is just a 5-man rush. And it's, again, credit to Spags' design. Steve Spagnuolo is incredible. He is such a great defensive mind. He dials up a beautiful blitz here to get 2 guys free against a 5-man protection when they're only rushing 5 guys. So we're going to break that down in a second. But first, let's break down this mesh dagger. So Karlaftis here, he's going to drop out. So because he drops out, Dalton Kincaid running the clear out in the dagger concept, he's going to release inside of him, work upfield, and then he's supposed to clear out the defense. Then you get Mac Hollins running a deep dig. You get Amari Cooper running his shallow route. You get Ty Johnson running his shallow route across the formation. So that's where the mesh comes in. And then here's this. So the Chiefs show heavy pressure, right? And they get 2 guys free. So the orbit motion comes in. And a lot of people are saying, hey, why don't we throw this flat route to Shakir? Well, because of the pressure, Josh Allen's got to dump this thing to Shakir right now, which means the ball is probably going to get caught right here if he floats this thing out here. Karlaftis is jumping into the flat. Shakir's going to catch this ball 13 to 14 yards behind the line to gain. So he's going to have to run 13 to 14 yards before this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy, who are all in the vicinity, all have a chance to sprint over here and make a play. That's really, really tough to do. I think the defense rallies and at least makes it very difficult and very unlikely that Shakir makes it to the line to gain. So I know Kurt Warner, who's a great offensive mind, by the way, and I love what Kurt Warner does on X when he posts all this stuff, talking about offense, talking about what he would have done. I just don't think that this dump off to Shakir is effective considering how quickly they get pressure. And I'm going to talk about in just a second how they get pressure so quickly. But it's just not there. So what does Josh Allen do? He runs right, backs up from the 31-yard line, releases this thing, gets this ball 34 yards in the air, falling away off his back foot, makes the ball catchable. Kincaid unable to come down with it. Now let's talk about what the Chiefs do here on the defensive front. So you're going to get Bolton dropping out and Karlaftis, not Karlaftis, excuse me. Michael Dana dropping out. I said Karlaftis earlier. That's wrong. So they're going to drop out into zones here. And then everyone on this side pass rushes and a corner over here that pass rushes. And what makes this tricky is the offensive line has to account for what looks like is going to be heavy pressure from the left, right? Bolton shows blitz. Justin Reed's probably going to drop out, but they send weak pressure instead, which is a little bit of which I think caught this offensive line off guard because Dawkins drops to block Dana. Then you got the guard ready to block Chris Jones. The center has to be ready to block Bolton, which means this guard's got to block this defensive tackle. And then the right tackle right here is either going to have to block Justin Reed or this defensive end. He ends up sliding out onto the defensive end, which leaves him completely unaccounted for, right? So the issue here is when this guy drops out, when Bolton drops out and Dana drops out, what happens? Chris Jones rushes outside. So now Dawkins takes him. This left guard has no one to take. This defensive tackle rushes outside shoulder of the center, so the center has to take him. But this right guard, who has to account for these guys coming, he's going to step left and try and take this defensive tackle. So now Justin Reed comes through up the B gap. This defensive end rushes upfield. Right tackle drops to take him. And then you got a corner also blitzing, and he's going to come through here as well. So 2 guys come free through the B gap, and then what does Josh Allen have to do? He's got to escape high, which allows Karlaftis then to get off of the right tackle and get pressure on him, and Karlaftis ends up being the one that actually hits him on the rush. So the bluff blitz left and the actual pressure right generates 2 guys free when everyone should have been accounted for. The Chiefs rushed as many guys as the Bills had pass protecting, but when you show this blitz, it becomes a guessing game for the offense. You have to guess with your offensive line protection which way they're going to slide. You have to guess how it's going to get protected. The Bills guess wrong, the Chiefs guess right. You get 2 guys free, and it makes it impossible for Josh Allen to execute this effectively, which is why I hate the fact that they have 5 guys out in a pass pattern and only 5 guys protecting. Because if you have just one more guy in pass protection, that's one more guy you can pick up. That gives you a little bit more room for error with the pass protection scheme pre-snap with what you have to do. You're still probably going to have 1 guy free, but it's a whole lot easier for Josh Allen to work with 1 guy coming free, especially when that 1 guy is probably going to be a corner or a safety, as opposed to it being big old Karlaftis who ends up coming through. But when a corner and a safety both come free, and you have to flush into Karlaftis, it makes it impossible for Josh Allen to play this effectively. It's an impossible ask, and the fact that he's still able to somehow, some way get this ball out there and make it semi-catchable, even though it is tough, it's got to get caught. That is a heartbreaking way to go out if you're Buffalo. You have to block more than 5 against a defensive coordinator like Spagnuolo in these crucial moments. I don't get the play call at all. Doesn't make sense. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and go check out other videos on my channel where I break down other plays. I have a full breakdown and talk about why the Ravens lost. I have a breakdown on the Chiefs' game-winning offensive play, their beautiful use of mesh traffic against the Bills' man coverage to seal the victory and lead to back-to-back kneel downs to run the clock out as well. So go check out those videos on my channel, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace.